project.
Quels sont les leviers qui optimisent la réussite d'un projet entrepreneurial?
When we talk of, Francis, the first thing I want to ask you, like when you talk of maximize the success, you know, we are young on the TV, and I think people of different age group and also their level of education, so many people really want to understand what you mean by maximize the success of an entrepreneur project.
Yes. Okay. If you are say a runner,
okay,
you run a marathon, you run races, and then you are very good at it. And then whether you practice or not, you are sure to be among the first top. Now, but if you train, if you practice, you will maximize your chances.
Okay.
That is, you will increase your chances of making it. So maximizing means optimizing, means increasing chances of making something happen. If you maximize your chances of success, it means you don't only want to believe in the opportunity of succeeding, but you want to make sure that you do succeed. Yeah. So today we're going to look at those factors because when you set out to become an entrepreneur, to become a business owner, there are some factors that you need to be aware of, which may account for your success. And the more you master these factors, the more likely you will succeed. That's why we're talking about maximizing.
Okay.
Now, there are external factors and internal factors. Today, we want to focus on internal factors.
Okay.
Now, external factors include the market, the business environment, the people's mindset. But the sad thing is that you cannot control the external factors. Yeah. A crisis can happen anytime. Doesn't depend on you. It may rain at midday. It may rain at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Doesn't depend on you.
Okay.
But you have control over internal factors, which are part of who you are.
Okay.
Which are part of the behaviors that you have. Because remember that an entrepreneur is somebody who set out to set up a business with ideas, And along the line, it is these very ideas, this very mindset, which is going to either work in his favor or destroy his business. So we're going to look at that into details.
Okay.
And then there are also some elements like that we call the ecosystem of the entrepreneur. That is his family, his relations.
Okay.
There are families that are prone to encourage entrepreneurship. And if you were born in such a family, you are likely to succeed because your siblings understand what it means to be an entrepreneur and they help you. But there are some other families which, by virtue of their background, may not understand what entrepreneurship is.
It's all about.
Yeah, and so they may strongly oppose you and fight you, not necessarily consciously, but unconsciously. That is, what do I mean by unconsciously? That is, they're going to put up behaviors that would be of nuisance to you without them realizing it.
Wow.
Yeah. And so when it happens, you are likely to fail. So being aware of all these factors puts you in a position where you can decide on how to leverage and to make it happen as an entrepreneur. Okay.
Now you just said something. I remember there was it's not actually a movie. I think it's a workshop on actors and actresses in Cameroon. Now there is this the display was like this, actually, this is a family where, you know, a father has his company, you know, and maybe going on retirement, he want one of his kids to take over. So one was saying that I want to be an actress, and the other person was like, and the father was not really comfortable with it. He said, you have to take over the business. Yes. But she was like, I have never done this. My passion is to become an actress. So let me ask a question, like, let's say you're coming from a family where you don't have entrepreneurs at all, like you just mentioned, but now you've envisaged, like it has been your dream to start up something for your own self, and maybe those surrounded by you, this is something that they have never done, and they don't even see it, like they don't like see you succeeding in it. So what are the things you need to consider, and what are the steps you need to first of all take?
So first of all, you need to raise awareness.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll go by my humble journey. My dad was in the military. He was in the army, and so none of my uncles or aunts had really been an entrepreneur. One day, people had this idea that after school, after university, you either join an advanced school, train to become a civil servant, or you join a private company. But I came with this funny idea of, I don't want to work for anybody. I don't want to join any organization. I want to work for myself. I want to build my own organization. And they were like, where have you seen that? Where have you seen that in the family before? And I was like, why am I supposed to do what has been happening in the family? People were like, well, like, okay, what if it doesn't work? I said, well, if it doesn't work, then I'll change my mind. I remember an aunt of mine who came to me and said, look, for like 2 years, every time she was like, you know what, change your mind. By then I was 25 years old. Change your mind. This thing of entrepreneurship will not work. It won't take you anywhere, you see. But because I was determined and I kept raising awareness, I kept telling people that it was possible and that I believed. So when people saw me making it after a year, after 2 years, then I got married. Then my kids were born. Then they realized that I'm supporting my family with the income from entrepreneurship. Then people began to shift their mind. There was a mind shift. They began to believe. And then they're asking me, so how can we support you? I said, tell your friends, tell your colleagues about my business, so they can come to me and buy. They can come to me and look for and request my services. So that's how, at some point, my own family members became my true fans.
Wow!
And this was very inspiring for me, because the fact that my mom, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins began to talk about my business. You see? And then at some point, I began to employ my family members in the business.
Wow.
You see? And then people began now to shift and say, okay, which means that when you go to school, you don't always have to work for a company or for the government, but you can set up your own company. You see? So you raise awareness through your behavior. You raise awareness through your discipline, and you raise awareness through your success. Because if I had failed, I wouldn't have been an example, you know. But because I made it,
been a laughing stock. That's true.
Yeah, and I was challenged because I had turned down offers. I had turned down government offers. I had turned down private offers to keep on as an entrepreneur. And so there was that challenge that, okay, since you are set on doing that thing of yours, make sure you succeed.
You succeed. I can imagine the pressure that you had.
Yes. And today, 20 years down the line,
it's all about success.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud because I chose the right path, and I'm still moving on. So those families where people are reluctant, people don't want to hear about entrepreneurship, is sometimes because they have never had an example of a successful entrepreneur within the family.
Family.
Or maybe they have a bad memory of one family member who attempted but who failed. You see, who failed. So, first of all, do it very seriously. Do it responsibly. And then know that people are watching you. Yeah. And among the ingredients, you have discipline. Don't go because you want to try something out. No. Go with all your heart because you think that's the right path. Because it's better to do something with all your heart and it fails. Then you cry, you stand up, you change your mind. Then doing something with half a heart, you know, you try, I want to try. When you want to try, you don't put all your energy.
Energy in it.
And the fact that you don't put all your energy can be a stumbling block to your success. Yeah. So the first thing is do it wholeheartedly. Be disciplined. When you're disciplined, you don't squander your income. Because as an entrepreneur, there's something that people don't understand. An entrepreneur can earn today 10 million, 20 million, and then he goes for 6 months without any income.
Wow.
So your lifestyle is not based on your earnings of today. Your lifestyle is based on your average earning. If today you've made 20 million, and then 6 months down the line you make again 20 million, you can say, okay, which means a year I roughly make 40 million. So based on the 40 million that I make, how much income, how much salary can I pay myself? Then now you live based on that.
Wow.
It's not because you have 20 million today that tomorrow you see how the 20 million.
20 million.
And so you go and you buy a Jeep, you go and buy a nice car. What if you buy the car tomorrow, you're even unable to fuel the car?
To fuel the car.
So you need to be disciplined. And discipline is a prevailing factor in the success of every entrepreneur.
Okay.
Discipline means that you know what to do, when to do it.
Okay.
You know when to work. You know how to work. You know who to hang around with. You know who not around. Who you should not hang out with.
Yeah.
Because the people you hang around with would also determine your success or your failure. If you're an entrepreneur, you work 10 hours a day, Monday to Sunday, and your friends are people who work 5 hours a day,
or even 8,
and spend half of the day drinking. If you hang out with them, rest assured you will fail at some point of your life. Why? Because you're going to lose the discipline patterns that helped you to build your business. You will have the impression that mingling with those friends is the right thing because you speak the same language as them, you behave like them. But at the end of the day, your business will suffer. Because if you start going on weekends regularly while you're supposed to work, your friends, maybe they're civil servants, maybe they are white collar people, so they don't need to work as hard as you do. But your business depends on you, so you need to work very hard. And your collaborators look up to you to do what they're supposed to do. Because when you're the entrepreneur, you become lazy. You breed laziness into your people. When you're hardworking, you inspire them to work also hard. And so if you hang out with people who are lazy, who believe in drinking and eating anyhow, then you are very likely to copy that.
But Francis, there's this phrase that I always say that all work without play makes Jack a dull boy. So don't you think for an individual to work 8 hours a day, I mean, what am I even saying? 10 hours rather.
Yes.
10 hours. Don't you think it's just too much? Like, it doesn't give you that space to even continue the next day because you get so, exhausted from, the previous day, 10 hours, or let's say you've done it for a week, and for you to even continue becomes a problem.
If you work 10 hours a day and you have enough sleep, you'll have a problem. If you work 10 hours a day and then you drink for 2-3 hours, then there'll be a problem. Because your time off work, should be your resting time, not time to go and drink and hang out with friends. You may work 10 hours a day, and then every 2 days, you take 2-3 hours to relax with your family. You may work straight 4-5 days, and then you rest.
On weekends.
Discipline does not mean that you don't rest or you don't play. No. Discipline means you understand what you have to do and then do it. Don't look for excuses. For example, an entrepreneur who has, I'll give you a funny example, an entrepreneur who has a wife and 2 side chicks. Sooner or later, he will have a problem. Because with his wife needs time from him. And each of the side chicks also needs time from him. So if he devotes, say, 2 hours to his wife per day, I mean like quality time, just being together. And then each of the girlfriends also needs 2 hours per day. How many hours is that? 6 hours.
6 hours. Wow.
And if you are to devote 6 hours to women,
you have just you're left with 4.
Yes.
For you.
How much time will you devote to your work? And how much time will you devote to your kids?
Your kids, wow.
You see, so the time factor is so important that if you joke with your time management, then you can't make it. That's why you will see successful entrepreneurs being people with a lot of discipline. They know what to do, what time to do it. You don't see them hanging out in bars, in snacks. You don't see them hanging out with girls here and there. You don't see them on social media, discussing the whole day. No, because the time is very precious. They work against the clock. And so they want to make sure that when the clock turns midnight, they've achieved the goals for the day. You see a lot of entrepreneurs who tell you, I don't have time to come to your meeting. I don't have time to see you tomorrow. I don't have time. Because I have to work. They work, they travel, they train, they learn, all these things. And these are the things that people who fail don't do. These are the internal factors that people who fail don't understand. Because they believe, okay, I have a business, my business will always grow. No. A business does not grow by itself. A business grows because you work at it.
That's true.
Yes.
Monsieur ERET, notre thème est là. Quels sont les leviers qui optimisent la réussite d'un projet entrepreneurial? Je voudrais déjà que vous essayiez de nous dire un peu quels sont déjà les leviers d'un projet entrepreneurial, avant peut-être de nous donner les éléments nécessaires pour pouvoir peut-être mieux entreprendre.
Oui. Alors, ici, j'aimerais m'appesantir sur les leviers personnels de l'entrepreneur. Vous avez 2 types de leviers. Vous avez des leviers externes qui sont de l'ordre de la nature, de l'ordre de l'environnement, de l'entrepreneur, de l'ordre du marché. Et vous avez des leviers personnels qui sont des leviers internes, c'est-à-dire que ce sont des choses que l'entrepreneur doit faire, qu'il doit activer afin de maximiser ses chances de réussite. Et au titre de ces leviers personnels, vous avez l'état d'esprit de l'entrepreneur.
Voilà.
Vous avez son comportement. Quand je parle de comportement, les gens peuvent se demander, il parle de quoi? Le comportement d'un entrepreneur détermine à 90% sa réussite ou bien son échec.
Wow.
Je me souviens à mes débuts, quand je commençais ma carrière, quand j'ai commencé mon entreprise, j'étais formateur de plusieurs grosses boîtes. Je dispensais des cours d'anglais à la plupart des DG de la place. Et il y avait un DG, dont je vais taire le nom ici, il y avait un DG, et Un jour, je lui ai demandé, monsieur, vous êtes pour moi un modèle de réussite. Mais j'aimerais savoir comment on fait pour être DG à 42 ans, DG d'une multinationale à 42 ans. Il m'a dit, Francis, c'est le travail. Mais au-delà du travail, il y a le comportement.
Voilà.
Et toi, dans ton activité, ton comportement va déterminer ton niveau d'élévation. J'étais un peu perplexe parce que quand il a dit ça, je ne comprenais pas.
Ouais, le sens.
Il m'a dit, tu vois, avec moi, tu as quoi avec moi? Il dit, monsieur, c'est 7h30. Il dit, d'accord. Il dit, il y a beaucoup de jeunes de ton âge. À l'époque, j'avais 28 ans. Il dit, il y a des jeunes de ton âge qui ne peuvent pas sortir du lit à 6h pour aller faire une prestation à 7h30.
Voilà.
Mais toi, tu réussis tous les matins à venir à mon bureau, me dispenser des cours d'anglais, parce que je faisais quoi avec lui de 7h30 à 8h30, c'était 1 heure par jour. Tu arrives à le faire. Mais le jour où on t'appellera pour faire un cours à 7h30, quand tu vas commencer à dire « je suis fatigué, je n'ai pas le temps, je vais dormir », à partir de ce jour-là, ton business va commencer à dégringoler.
Voilà, à décroître.
Et j'ai compris cette leçon-là et je n'ai jamais perdu cela dans mon esprit.
Oh.
Pour dire quoi? Pour dire que le comportement de l'entrepreneur détermine beaucoup de choses. Dans son comportement, il y a sa façon de prendre soin de lui. Un entrepreneur a besoin de sa santé. Et pour être en bonne santé aujourd'hui, il faut bien manger. Il faut ne pas trop manger. Parce que quand on commence à avoir un gros ventre comme entrepreneur, ça veut dire qu'on mange un peu trop. Ça veut dire qu'on mange un peu trop. Quand on commence à avoir trop de joues comme entrepreneur, ça veut dire qu'on ne bosse plus suffisamment. Ça veut dire qu'on est passé au côté plaisir, au côté loisir. Parce qu'un entrepreneur qui bosse normalement n'a pas le temps de prendre du poids.
Wow.
Il n'a pas le temps d'avoir un gros ventre.
Are you serious?
Il doit être comme un animal qui vit en bouche. Il doit sécher.
Oui.
C'est vrai. Hein,
alors donc pour t'en dire que le comportement, c'est l'ensemble de ces choses-là. Et le comportement de l'entrepreneur, c'est aussi sa capacité à avoir faim. Faim de quoi? C'est-à-dire que faim de résultat. À être toujours déterminé. Ne jamais se contenter de ce qu'on a déjà acquis. Parce que le marché est changeant. Et le Covid nous a appris qu'on peut tout perdre en un jour. C'est-à-dire qu'on peut avoir le meilleur business dans la ville, et puis juste en quelques heures, on perd tout. Donc à aucun moment, on est rassuré quant à l'avenir. Et l'entrepreneur doit toujours avoir faim de résultats, faim de performance. Ne pas se contenter et ne pas se comparer. Parce que quand vous avez dans votre comportement le facteur comparaison, ça veut dire qu'en fait, vous n'êtes pas assez mature. Parce que votre business ne dépend pas de la concurrence. Votre business doit se positionner par rapport à vos valeurs et par rapport à votre vision. Pas par rapport à la concurrence. La concurrence peut tricher. La concurrence peut faire des choses déloyales. Mais vous, votre business doit pouvoir refléter vos valeurs éthiques. Votre business doit refléter qui vous êtes. Donc, c'est pourquoi le comportement est très important. Et puis, la discipline personnelle. Un entrepreneur qui est discipliné aura plus de chances de réussir que celui qui ne l'est pas. Pourquoi? Parce que être entrepreneur veut dire essuyer des échecs, veut dire aller à la rencontre des challenges. Et pour aller à la rencontre des challenges, il faut être discipliné. Il faut savoir quels sont mes points forts, quels sont mes points faibles. Et comment est-ce que je fais pour pouvoir gérer mes points faibles? Par exemple, moi principalement, Francis ERET, je n'aime pas l'administration. C'est-à-dire que dans mon entreprise, dans mon business, tout ce qui est paperasse m'énerve. Moi, j'ai mes points forts. Alors, pour gérer ma paperasse, j'ai une assistante. C'est son travail de gérer ma paperasse. Et c'est très bien que parfois, j'aurais même du mal à dresser la moindre facture. Elle le fait. Elle fait donc qu'en travaillant avec quelqu'un qui aime la paperasse, je me sens épanoui parce que j'arrive à foncer sur ce que je sais faire le mieux. Et donc, je me donne donc la discipline nécessaire pour être le plus performant dans ce que je sais faire.
Wow.
Pendant que je laisse à l'autre le temps de faire la paperasse, de contrôler, le comptable fait ce qu'il a à faire, et tout le monde est content, tout le monde est performant. Donc, la discipline permet de foncer et de pouvoir se donner des objectifs. Je travaille 10 heures par jour. Je travaille 8 heures par jour. Et 8 heures par jour de travail, ce n'est pas 8 heures d'amusement. Quand on travaille pendant 8 heures, on n'a pas le temps d'aller sur les réseaux sociaux. On n'a pas le temps d'être en train d'envoyer des textos aux gens, de prendre des photos, on n'a pas ce temps-là. Parce qu'il y a des entrepreneurs qui commencent leur business, ça commence à marcher, et puis subitement, vous les voyez en ligne tous les jours.
Ouais.
Or, pendant qu'ils sont en ligne, ils sont en train de perdre des parts de marché.
Oui. Oui.
Pendant qu'ils sont en ligne, ils sont en train de donner les secrets de leur business à la concurrence qui va les combattre plus tard. Pendant qu'ils sont en ligne, ils n'arrivent pas à superviser, et c'est comme ça que parfois des collaborateurs en interne vont voler les idées, voler des projets pour aller vendre à la concurrence.
Wow.
Donc, à moins que votre business ne soit un business en ligne, passez moins de temps en ligne en tant qu'entrepreneur. Si vous voulez avoir de la visibilité en ligne, recrutez quelqu'un, un community manager, c'est pas trop, machin truc, qui va faire ce travail-là. Mais vous-même, passez le temps là où il faut pour faire ce qu'il faut.
Monsieur, s'il vous plaît, quel est l'élément le plus important dans un projet entrepreneurial? L'élément le plus important?
Je vais dire qu'il y a la vision, il y a la vision et la discipline.
Les finances.
Non. La vision et la discipline. On peut avoir, beaucoup de gens ont les finances, mais qui échouent de manière lamentable. Parce qu'ils n'ont pas de vision, ils n'ont pas de discipline. Wow. On a par exemple connu des gens qui ont gagné beaucoup d'argent dans leur vie, et puis à un moment donné, ils veulent se lancer dans l'entrepreneuriat. Ils ont mis les moyens qu'il fallait, mais ils ont échoué. Alors qu'à l'inverse, on a vu des gens qui n'avaient pas grand-chose. Ils se sont mis, à force de travail et de persévérance, ils ont réussi par exemple à gagner des parts des marchés qui ensuite leur ont permis de développer leur business pour devenir compétitifs.
Wow. Thank you very much, Francis ERET. Now we'll be getting the reactions of Cameroonians on the streets of the nation's capital, Yaoundé. So, a vox pop put to us by Thierry Ond and Dieudonné Hiassa.
Déjà, c'est avoir de bonnes idées et puis nourrir le projet. Oui, après, on va dire avoir le goût du risque, parce que c'est ça aussi. Donc c'est ça. Bon, et puis, je crois que la dernière, c'est être rigoureux dans ce que l'on veut faire. Mais je crois qu'avec ces 4 options, je crois que ça peut porter. Donc je crois que c'est ça.
Pour qu'un projet entrepreneurial réussisse, il y a tellement d'obstacles. Trop d'obstacles. Il y a aussi les avantages. Par exemple, si vous voulez émerger dans l'agriculture, il faut déjà avoir des terres. Maintenant, quand vous avez des terres, il faut pouvoir les rentabiliser en faisant quoi? Si vous voulez faire par exemple 2 hectares de plantains, il faut défricher, il faut abattre. Et tout ça, c'est des investissements qui nécessitent des moyens financiers. Bon, et même humain, quand on dit moyens financiers, il faut apporter le côté humain. Maintenant, quand vous n'en avez pas, vous allez faire comment? Vous serez bloqué. Et quand même vous réussissez à le faire, maintenant il y a un autre aspect. Comment faire pour évacuer ce que vous avez produit? Et à quel coût? Au regard des difficultés que nous rencontrons, que ce soit dans le transport, que ce soit on n'a pas assez de routes. Quand même il y en a, ce n'est pas à la portée de tout le monde.
La première qualité, c'est la rigueur. Il faut être rigoureux, avoir une certaine éthique. La rigueur surtout parce que sur le plan de la dépense, il ne faudrait pas que ce soit une dépense, comment dirais-je, c'est-à-dire une dépense où on n'a pas planifié. On n'a pas planifié une dépense. C'est-à-dire ça doit être une dépense bien pensée. Et je crois que si la personne se comporte de la sorte, la personne s'en sortirait facilement, sans qu'il y ait de difficultés.
Selon moi, je pense qu'il faut déjà avoir confiance en soi-même pour s'engager dans ce genre de métier. Donc vous venez d'évoquer l'entrepreneuriat, il faut d'abord avoir confiance en soi-même. Et je pense qu'il ne suffit pas seulement d'avoir confiance. Une fois que Dieu t'a souri d'être entrepreneur, il faut l'honnêteté. Tu dois être sincère avec ses partenaires ou avec tes clients. Je pense qu'il peut avoir un peu de fruits. Mais si ton oncle X ou Y, on dit ah tiens, on va te former, on te prend un budget, on te donne, on te vote un budget, et que dans le budget tu n'es pas d'abord honnête en soi, tu n'es pas sincère, tu n'es pas vrai, tu vas aller avec où?
Oh my God, Francis, what's your point of view on the, what's your reaction on the different point of view?
Everybody has their understanding of the topic.
The topic, yeah.
They've all said things that go in line with what we are discussing here. And I think somehow people tend to agree that behavior is very important.
Important, yes.
Yeah, because when you have the right behavior, the right behavior drives the right mindset, and the right mindset drives results. Yes.
Now, okay. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay, now you talk about behavior, mindset, and also discipline.
Discipline, yes.
Vision, goal.
Yes.
Now, what about the strategy and execution? Because these are one of the things that some of the factors that, you know, entrepreneurs, they usually will get blocked. Like, we don't know the steps to take in ensuring execution of our strategy.
Yes. It's becoming more than important for entrepreneurs to seek the services of consultants and coaches. Because you may be gifted with a wonderful idea, but you may not know how to implement it. And some people are very good at implementing, but they can't create anything. Give them whatever idea you have, and they will successfully implement it. But there are people who are just good at creating, coming up with new ideas, with new stuff, and then hand it to other people. So it's becoming more and more important for entrepreneurs to seek the advice and the services of some specialists, which I'll call consultants in general. Among consultants, you have business consultants, you have coaches and everything. Because you may not have all the ideas that you need, you know. For example, you may have the best idea to sell, to make ice cream, but the sales of ice cream is another business altogether. So you will need now to write down your business plan, and then look for people who can help you create this chain of selling and distribution. Because gone are the days when one person could set up a business and do everything by himself or by herself. One. And two, for your business to become competitive, you definitely need the advice of some experts who know your field, or who are experts of the type of entrepreneurship that you want to do. For example, when it comes to selling food, you may be the best cook, but being the best cook does not guarantee that you will succeed if you open a restaurant. Because the moment you open a restaurant, 80% of your time will be devoted not to cooking the food, but to managing the place.
The place, that's true.
And so you, the best cook, you now shift from the kitchen to administration. You see? So because sometimes people believe that by being gifted in the field, they can easily venture for an entrepreneur, for a business.
For a business, no, that's true.
You may be a very good DJ, and then now you decide to set up, say, a company to sell your services as a DJ. The moment you set it up, you stop mixing music. because you'll be hiring people, you'll be paying taxes, you'll be doing this, you'll be doing that. And so you find yourself now maybe devoting only 20% of your time, to doing the DJ stuff. So going into entrepreneurship is not just about your skill that you have. No, it's not just about that gift which you have, but it's about running a whole business. Running a whole business. You are a good driver, and you decide after 20 years to set up a company where you hire drivers. The moment you do it, you realize that your real task now will be hiring and training those drivers, checking if the cars are good, and then reassuring clients who come to you to get drivers, to hire drivers. So you realize that you no longer drive yourself. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's why it's good to have. It's good to be supported as an entrepreneur. You want to open a restaurant? Okay, good and fine. You're a good cook. You are the best cook in the world. Good and fine. But your cooking skills alone will soon be very limited when it comes to running your business. Yes.
Well, thank you. We have like just a few minutes to the end of the program. I don't know why. What is it that I'm telling you, we have just like 2 minutes. But the topic of today is so sweet, and I wish we could, extend it to, have like 10 minutes more, giving our viewers the opportunity to call. Even though you didn't call, I hope you noted something down. Now, Francis, in conclusion, what are the factors?
Yes.
The factors to maximize success as an entrepreneur.
Build the right mindset. Build the right mindset. And the right mindset includes your vision, your values, and discipline. If your business entails coming to the office every day at 7 o'clock, please do come at 7 o'clock. If your business includes traveling out of town every weekend, please do. Even if it means shifting your leisure time to a different weekday, do. Be disciplined. Be focused. Be focused.
Punctuality.
One of the things that we lack in our country is focus.
We're distracted a lot.
We're distracted, and then we want to share. We want to share on social media. What are you sharing on social media? What are you sharing?
I know.
You want to share our success story.
Work hard. If you work very hard, people will look for you to share your story. It's not you to stand up and go and share your story. Wait until people come and knock at your door, say, please, come and share your story. But people start, they have one small business where they make 100,000, they're already online on social media giving tips. And you find people with no really record track of success coming there and boldly giving advice, giving tips.
It's just like anyway. Let me just.
C'est moi qui viens à l'heure dans l'émission aussi.
Do you want to expose you?
Les entrepreneurs qui ont 3 mois d'expérience sur les réseaux sociaux à donner les conseils.
Oh my God, thank you so much. We'll come to the end of the program. If you want more of Francis ERET, make sure you hit him up on all his social media platforms. Francis ERET, right?
Yes.
Francis ERET on Facebook, on Instagram, but not TikTok, not Snapchat.
TikTok, c'est pour les
So
parties.
we will be meeting next Wednesday
Yes,
for another exciting topic as usual. But before then, take a rendezvous with us tomorrow and make sure you have a comfortable time in the company of our programs on Spectrum Television. Kavino?
Mesdames, mes oreilles et mes yeux, on était très heureux de savoir que vous étiez nombreux à nous regarder. Merci. Soyez encore là demain.
See you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.